What would you do if you woke up as the most useless noble in a fantasy world? You're listening to Novel Readerer. Today, the greatest estate developer. Chapter 3, Part 1. The rumors spread. And they spread fast. In any place where people live, gossip always exists. But this time, the rumors spread faster and more intensely than usual. It was because the content was so strange. Young Master Lloyd has finally lost his mind. What? He's digging with a shovel. What are you talking about? Just what I said. He's behind the tavern, digging up dirt and packing it down. Why would he do that? Who knows? Some say he's blackmailing the tavern owner. Blackmail? Apparently he seized the land behind the tavern. Ha ha, that can't be. Some whispered over dinner tables. Others muttered while working in the fields. Did you hear? Young Master Lloyd might be planning to kill himself. What? Finally? That's what I heard. Yesterday he was digging dirt, and today he's laying flat stones over it while mumbling to himself. He's digging his own grave, isn't he? Wild speculation and absurd theories flew in all directions. Some claimed the young master was secretly burying alcohol in the ground. Others believed he was digging a tunnel to escape his father's watchful eye, and there were even rumors about him developing strange new tastes. Curiosity drove the townspeople to come and see for themselves. And amid all this attention, the Ondol room slowly began to take shape. People sure love to talk. Lloyd wiped the sweat from his brow, smearing mud across his face in the process. But he didn't mind. He glanced around at the progress. The compact Ondol room was 3.6 meters by 3.6 meters. Over the past few days, not only had the foundation been laid, but the walls had been built as well. It's been tough. Building the Ondol room had been harder than expected. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but the reality surpassed his expectations, especially with the lack of tools. There's not a single power tool here. Everything had to be done by hand. Lloyd's experience from part-time construction jobs and military work helped him lay the foundation, but it still took 2 full days of labor, leaving him with sore muscles. He got the lumber he needed by pestering the estate administrator, then crafted the framework. The roof beams were raised, and he reinforced the walls with wood. Using a mixture of straw and mud, he plastered the walls, completing the huangtou, yellow clay structure, after 3 grueling days. Phew! Javier? Yes, my lord. Aren't you tired? I've gotten used to it. Really? Javier didn't show the slightest sign of exhaustion. Even with excellent physical abilities, manual labor like this was a different story, especially using muscles that weren't typically worked. Yet Javier remained calm and composed. This guy really is on a different level, Lloyd thought, admiring Javier's near-superhuman stamina. He was certainly reliable, especially when he was being worked for free. Lloyd's voice took on a sly tone. In that case, let's get back to work. There's more? Of course. But you only asked me to help briefly. Did I? Yes. You initially asked for help with digging. Once that was done, you asked me to help process the wood. Then you said the mud mixing was too hard and needed my assistance. So, you're not happy about it? Of course not. Is it because you're a knight? Javier remained silent, but Lloyd could tell from his expression that he was holding back his frustration. It was understandable. Knights weren't supposed to be out here, covered in mud, using tools like shovels and saws. They were meant to uphold honor, not engage in manual labor. But Lloyd wasn't going to let that stop him. Well, isn't a knight supposed to help the weak? What? You agree with that, right? Yes, of course. Exactly. So what we're doing here is knightly work. We're helping the weak. Just think, while we're talking, the tavern owner's mother is probably shivering in the cold. And if we finish this quickly, her face will light up with a warm, happy smile. What do you need me to do now? Javier sighed, clearly exasperated. Lloyd grinned wickedly. Chop some wood. He pointed outside the Ondol room. You saw the logs in the corner of the backyard, right? Yes, I saw them. Good. Those are red pine logs. I need you to chop them into panels for the roof. Panels? They should look like this. Lloyd bent down and sketched a rough drawing in the dirt. About a hand wide, 2 hands long, and as thick as your finger. Think of a long, thin wooden tablet. Just make sure they're all the same size, all right? Wouldn't it be better to saw them instead? Nope. An axe is better. While sawing would have been easier and more precise, it would damage the grain of the wood, making it prone to rot from water absorption. If you don't want to replace the roof in a year, use the axe. Understood, but what? Javier looked at Lloyd with a strange expression. Where did you learn all of this? All of this? You mean construction? Yes. His gaze was cold, but there was a hint of curiosity behind it. Lloyd answered honestly. At Hanguk University. What? I learned it at Hanguk University. I'm serious, I'm not lying. I've never heard of such an academy. Well, I guess you've also never heard that I went to any school, right? That's true? Then keep wondering. Now let's get to work. We've got a lot to do. Lloyd waved him off, sending Javier to chop the red pine. Cutting the logs and shaping the panels was a task Javier would excel at, given his talent with blades. Whether the target was a person or a tree, Javier had the remarkable ability to slice things with precision. After all, he's already a top-tier sword expert, Lloyd thought, recalling details from Night of Blood and Iron. At this point in the story, no one in the barony knew how powerful Javier truly was, not even Javier himself. But he was already an advanced sword expert, one step away from becoming a sword master. In a small kingdom, someone of his skill would be the captain of the knights. And he's only 20, Lloyd mused, knowing that Javier would realize his full potential after leaving the barony. But that was a future yet to come. Now it's time for me to get back to work too. Lloyd had rested enough. It was time to tackle the most important part of the project. The heart of the Ondol room, the heated floor system. This is the crucial part. No matter how well the building was constructed, if the Ondol didn't function properly, it would all be for nothing. Lloyd focused all his energy on this step. According to the plan, from here to here. He dug the trench for the gudul, the path that would allow heat and smoke to flow under the floor from the fireplace. The goal is to have the heat circulate as much as possible beneath the room. He carefully designed the trench,